Next day, first thing, I got to thinking about Till Owlyglass. He seemed to be just about the worst person I'd ever heard of. Even worse than me, I thought. When my brother woke up, he said he had been dreaming that he had met Till and they'd gone off on a trip together and got up to all sorts of wicked things. So I said, well, what things? And he said, not saying. And that made me really cross. So I said, well, I'm going to see Horst on my own today. No, you're not, said my brother. We're both going. And sure enough, as soon as we could, we slipped downstairs to see old man Horst. What do you want today? Said Horst. Another Owlyglass story, of course, said my brother. Oh, said Horst, I thought you were coming for your medicine. The medicine to stop you being bad. So I said, well, tell us a story first and then give us the medicine. All right, said Horst, if that's the way you want it. Till was living with his mother, who was very, very poor. And as soon as Till was old enough, his mother wanted him to learn a trade so that he'd earn some money to help them live. Why don't you become a tailor, she said. Oh, no, said Till. Locked up all day, bending over a needle and thread? I couldn't do that. I'd go blind. Well, why don't you become a baker then? Oh, no, said Till. Standing next to an oven all day, heaving loaves of bread in and out? I couldn't do that. I'd get roasted alive. Well, why don't you become a miller then, she said. Oh, no, said Till. Stuck in a windmill, breathing in all that flour dust. Oh, no, I couldn't do that. I'd choke to death. Till found fault with everything his mother suggested because he didn't want to work. He just wanted to loaf about, day in, day out. In the Owlyglass house, there was a loft up in the roof where nobody went. Do you know what Till did up there? He stretched a rope from one corner of the room to the other, and whenever he could, he went up there and practiced walking on the rope. Day after day he practiced rope walking until finally he could do it. So one day he took his rope and instead of tying it up inside the loft, he tied one end of it to the window, and from there he took it across the village stream, remember where he tumbled on the day he was baptised, and tied it to a tree on the other side. Then he stepped out of the window onto the rope and stood there whistling. Soon the whole village came out to watch him. Hey, come over here. Look, hey, it's Owlyglass. Look what he's up to now. Oh, he can't do that. He'll fall. Oh, you never know with that clown. He may not do a stroke of work, but there are some things he's good at. Yeah, causing trouble mostly. The children were there, cheering Till on. Come on, Till. Yeah, go on. Walk, walk, walk. So off went Till. First, ladies and gentlemen, the walk. Watch closely. See that my feet never leave my legs. He walked the rope. And now the sit. And he sat on the rope. Then he did a little dance. And the crowd loved it. Even people who hated him were saying, I suppose he's got the knack, the little devil. Till was feeling so pleased with himself that he didn't notice his mother creep into the room where the rope was tied. Just as he was saying, ladies and gentlemen, men, women and children, I will now perform the famous Owlyglass cartwheel. Mrs. Owlyglass cut the rope and down Till tumbled, straight into the stream. Whee! Splosh! Everyone cheered. Hooray! Mrs. Owlyglass shouted down at Till. That'll teach you a lesson, son. If you can't be bothered to go out and earn a decent penny to help your poor old mother, don't waste everyone's time with your stupid tricks. Till climbed out of the stream, covered in mud and slime. Ugh. Everyone was laughing and jeering at him. Lovely cartwheel, Till. Great Till, the tightrope walker. That was his own downfall, wasn't it? Said the village baker. All the children came up to him, pointing and grinning, calling him names. Till Owlyglass, muddy pants, muddy pants. In the end, Till crept back indoors, feeling very sorry for himself. His mother certainly got the better of him that time. Yep. But did he get his own back? Like with the man and the greasy soup, I said. Well, maybe he did. Maybe he didn't, said Horst, but you don't want me to tell you that one now, do you? Oh, yeah. We went, come on, Horst. A few days later, Till took his rope out again. This time he tied one end to the church tower and the other to the village hall right across the marketplace. Ladies and gentlemen, said Till, stepping out onto the rope, the great Owlyglass will now perform a completely new set of tricks for you. Of course, the people all came running up, and now they called out, going for a swim, are you, Till? Try diving into the marketplace. Is that Till or a fish up there? And so on. Till ignored them. Ladies and gentlemen, he went on, here in its full glory is the cartwheel you were so unlucky not to see last week. And he turned a cartwheel. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the great Owlyglass doesn't just walk on his feet like other mortals. Here he walks on his hands. And off he went, on his hands, down the rope. Whew. People were impressed. No question of it. They were amazed. And soon he'd won them over once again. They were clapping after every trick he did. At last, Till stopped and sat down on the rope and made a special announcement. Ladies and gentlemen, I now come to the highlight of my performance. I will perform for you one of the most daring and amazing tricks ever seen in the whole history of tightrope walking. I shall need your help to perform this incredible trick. I must ask you, ladies and gentlemen, to lend me your shoes. The more you can let me have, the better the show will be. If you'd be so kind, just throw me up your shoes, one by one, and you will see the most sensational trick in the world. Soon all the people were throwing their shoes in the air, wondering just what was Till going to do with them. As Till caught the shoes, he tied them together with a long piece of string. Up they came, slippers, boots, children's shoes, clogs, everything. And all the time Till kept talking. Oh, a lovely pair of shoes, madam. I'm sure they go round a lovely pair of feet. Oh, thank you, sir. A nice boot. I wouldn't like that up my backside on a dark night. And so on. Finally, Till had nearly 100 shoes tied together. Ladies and gentlemen, I will now perform the trick. Watch closely. Feast your eyes on this fantastic display of skill. Till swung the shoes, once round his head, twice, 3 times, until they were whirring round at quite a pace. Then suddenly he let go, and the shoes sailed across the marketplace. Whee! And they landed on the street, some way off. Till bowed. Thank you so much for helping me, ladies and gentlemen. You may now have your shoes back. So off everyone went to collect their shoes. Soon there was a great heap of people tugging and pulling at the knots and at one another, arguing over whose shoe was whose. Till sat on the rope and watched it all. That's my boot! Oi, you get off! That's my wife's slipper, you fool! Don't you call me a fool! One by one, people found their shoes and began to realise it was all another of Till's tricks. They turned round, ready to tear him limb from limb. But he had slipped off his rope and sneaked away from the village, and he thought it was a good idea to stay away for a few days, until things had quietened down. Those people were just like the chickens in the other story, said my brother. Well, maybe he learnt how to play that trick by seeing what happened to the chickens, Horst said. He couldn't have known that the people would behave just like a load of hens, could he? Well, he found out in the end, didn't he? Hey, I said, looking at the clock. It's dinner time. Sorry, we've got to go now, Horst. Bye. And off we went. Halfway through dinner, I remembered we hadn't asked about the medicine to stop us being bad. Ah, yeah, but there was plenty of time for that another day, I thought.